A diversified portfolio. That's the advantage in terms of the company. We operate across the globe, and if you look at our production mix, in rough terms, we're about a third in South Africa, a third in the rest of Africa, and a third in the Americas and Australias. And it's a natural diversification which is taking place. What you wouldn't expect me to say is being apologetic for the South African production. South Africa is still quite an important component of our production profile. The quality of assets are extremely good. It does hold long-term future in terms of our technology initiative in terms of South Africa. What we are also doing is improving the quality of that profile, asset portfolio in South Africa, and at the same time, improving the quality profile of our international operations. It's a natural diversification which comes through whilst we keep our optionality intact. So as Tropicana and Kibali start to pour gold and ramp up, you will see the percentage of our South African production as a global production come down. But it doesn't mean to say that the quality of the production or the quantum of ounces coming are any different.
Is there a sense, as with Anglo, some people speculate, that you need to reorientate, move away from South Africa to other parts of the world because of the things we hear about, political uncertainty and labour?
Actually, we have not picked that feedback as far as Anglogold is concerned. We are a global company which is domiciled in South Africa, and it is different to the other company you're referring to. Importantly, South Africa is a key backbone of the business of Anglogold Ashanti. We have been able to access capital, but at the same time, this is a question which we always evaluate. As any responsible management, we need to look at options. We came under a similar question when one of our peers actually split the South African assets with their international assets, and there was speculation that the sum of those parts would be worth far more than what Anglogold is currently worth. It did widen, the gap widened to our disadvantage to the tune of 15-16%, but we have clawed it all right back right now, and we are at about par. In fact, we are slightly ahead. So I think fundamentally what needs to happen is the operations need to be cash generative and need to be able to generate significant amount of cash at relatively modest commodity prices. That's the key focus. Let's fix the business. The corporate finance overlays can come later.
Do you believe in South Africa as a long-term sustainable mining destination?
100%. If not, I wouldn't have made South Africa home by choice. Why do I say that? If as gold companies we do nothing, the grade profile in South Africa comes down. And what tends to happen is along with that comes down in terms of the decline in jobs and effectively productivity. It follows a grade profile. What we are investing is in terms of our technology initiative, which is not mechanization. In South Africa, it's what we call reef boring. Currently, we drill and blast the ore body. So we effectively, along with it comes safety issues because of fall of ground. We blast waste and rock together to create access. Imagine if we can actually drill a tunnel through that ore body, literally, one small hole going through, pulling just the gold. Imagine the reef to be a sandwich with the jam, and you're just drilling it, taking just the jam out, leaving the bread behind, filling it, then repeating the drill all over again. We have done that in about 16 holes in Tautona, one of our mines in South Africa, and we have pulled out 35 kilograms of gold. So we were initially in laboratory testing phase. We have now got production sites up and running, and our view here is to expand that over the next 3 to 5 years.
What does this new technology mean for jobs? It sounds like possibly good news in the long term, but in the medium term, what does it mean for mining jobs? Many people are saying that miners are just waiting for the right political situation in this country to start cutting mining jobs dramatically. You've already cut non-mining jobs dramatically.
Our principle is you start from the top. We've slimmed down the executive. We've worked through the corporate structures. We're looking at productivity improvements across the mines. And we have always said job cuts would be the last resort.
So you can't say when, if, how?
Because it's a constant process which we review in terms of mine plans, etc. But if we are doing job cuts, it'll be the last resort.
All this cost cutting has been done at a low gold price. Presumably you'll be lean and mean when the gold price, if it does, go up. What do you envisage for gold?
I used to work with a person called Kelvin Williams, and he used to head up our marketing division. He's unfortunately not alive. And he taught me the best thing in gold mining. He said, I can tell you gold price will go up and down, but I can't tell you when and in which order. So I think it's important when you're actually producing gold, you're not left to the whim or fancy of the gold price. So we are positioning effectively to be efficient, to be lean and mean, but importantly, not to throw away long-term optionality out of the portfolio. If you see our all-in sustaining costs, we have pulled that down from $1,300 an ounce to around $1,155. And if you strip out the retrenchment cost, it's around $1,110 an ounce. So we've pulled it right down to around $200 below spot to withstand any gold price shocks. And that effort will continue as we bring in quality ounces into the portfolio in terms of new projects and improvement from our existing portfolio. But the advantage is, if the prediction that the gold price boom has run out is incorrect and the gold price pops, hallelujah, we cream that cash for the shareholders.